Hello all my merry makers, I am Becca and welcome to a Merry Making Monday. To everybody who's been coming back week to week, you're awesome, thank you so much. For anybody who's new here, welcome. Merry Making Mondays are all about tutorials. Me showing you how to make something. This week's tutorial is a continuation in the crochet along slash tutorial that we've been doing. The pattern is oolong tea shawl. It is written by designer Red Teapot Atelier. And she has given me express permission to do this tutorial. I asked to do this. She did not ask me to do this. And this week we are going to be doing rows 25, 26, 27. And this week you might want to pick up those open ring stitch markers that I've talked about, because we've got some counting this week. Grab your project and let's get started. If you are new here, please say hello to my row counter and tool in editing, the whiteboard. You will see it in several parts of this video. It helps me with the editing process, and I think it also helps you know when is a good time to pause. So I like using it. So row 25 is one of those infamous rows where it says, do exactly as you did for row 8. And in row 8, this is what we did. So we chain 4, 2, 3, 4. Then 2 double crochet into the first stitch. So I think I just flipped my yarn. Let's try that again. One, 2, and then we put a double crochet into every stitch, including the chains, and you do that all the way until you reach the chain 2 space. You can see now why grabbing those open stitch markers are going to be important, because that's going to be a lot of stitches that we're going to have to count. I'll meet you in the middle. We're at the middle space now, and for row 25, which is as row 8, the middle space is do 2 double crochets, that's 2, chain 2, two double crochets. Alright. At this point, it's a good idea to grab your open ring stitch markers and start counting, because for the 25th row you'll need 101 double crochets per aside. Now if you're not familiar with the open ring method of counting, what it is you count a certain number. I like 20, and once you count 20, that's where you put your ring. So if you're easily distracted or have lots of people wanting your attention, like say small children who like to say mom every 5 minutes, This is a good way to be able to put down your project and pick it back up and know where you left off in your counting. I'm going to take a quick break to count myself, and then we'll be back with the second side. Now that we've all been good little boys and girls and everything in between, we can now continue on the other whoa! Whoops! We can continue on my other side. You are just continuing and putting a double crochet into each stitch, but my emphasis there is on each stitch, which includes these chain stitches. That's how we get to 101 stitches, y'all. And we're going to do that all the way until the end. I will meet you there. Until the second to last stitch. Alright, I'll meet you there. Here we are, second last stitch, and into the last stitch for the 25th row, which is like the 8th row. You do into the top of this stitch 2 double crochets. That's 1. That's 2, and 1 triple crochet. Alright, time to stop again and count. And just as a reminder, you need 101, kind of like those Dalmatians, double crochets before you progress to row 26. I'm going to make sure I do. And then we'll start on row 26. Row 26 starts off with chain 4, which counts as our triple crochet. Come on. That's 4. Then we do 2 double crochets into that first stitch. 1. That looks awfully loosey-goosey, doesn't it? Let's go back a little bit. Maybe I was a little too loose there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that looks better. Alright, sorry. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets into that first space. Alright. Then it says 1 back post double crochet into each stitch until the middle chain 2 space. So just as a refresher, back post is when you come from the back, wrap around the post, bring it up, and then you complete it like a regular double crochet. Now, I know it says into, but you are going around each stitch until you reach the middle chain 2 space. I will meet you there. So you will see for my back post double crochets, I did them all the way down until the chain 2 space. Now it says for the middle part, we're going to do 2 double crochets. And that's 2. chain, excuse me, chain 2, if you can get your yarn to cooperate, and then 2 more double crochets. Now, if you've done this correctly, you should have 101 back post double crochets on one side. I will be counting to make sure that that's how many I have, because it's very easy to skip one or double up on one. You'll be surprised what happens when auto crochet turns on. Once you verify that, go ahead and back post double crochet all the way to the second to last double crochet on the left side. I will meet you there. Alright. So just as a reminder, on the other half of row 26, we are going to be putting a back post double crochet around each stitch. That includes this first stitch right here next to the middle space that we just did. And it's a little bunkalicious. There we go. Alright. So yeah, from the back, around the post, grab the yarn, finish like a regular double crochet. Do that all the way down to the second to last stitch. I will meet you there. Alright, so here we are at the end of row 26, and then we're into the last stitch here. We're going to put 2 double crochets and 1 triple crochet. So there's 1. That doesn't look right, does it? I think I accidentally went into the same one. Hold on. Doot, 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 doot. Yes, I did. Alright, what did we do in row? Okay, just double checking something. Making sure there wasn't supposed to be a chain there. There we go, I think I got it. So there we go, there's 1, there's 2, and then there. Nope, I still missed it. I'm having issues today, y'all, not gonna lie. Alright. There's the back post in the last, or the second to last. One double, two double, and a triple. What did I say about having issues today? Alright. There we go. Alright. So for row 26, you have 4 double crochets on each side, plus 101 back post double crochets. And I wanted to mention that if you don't have an open circle stitch marker, then you can use these as well. It doesn't have to be the open circle ones. Alright, we're going to do a quick count, and as long as it's hunky-dory, we're going to move on to row 27. Row 27 says that it's just like row 7. So the first thing we do is chain 4, and that counts as our triple crochet. That's 4. And then we chain 1 and put a double crochet into that first stitch. Alright, chain 1, skip a stitch, and our repeat starts with a double crochet, and then you chain 1 and skip a stitch. And it says that you are going to repeat that until you reach the middle chain 2 space. I will meet you there. Alright, so here we are, right before the middle 2 chain space. So our repeat, remember, ends with a chain 1 and a skip. So we're going to skip this double crochet right before the middle space, and into the middle space we're going to do 2 double crochets. That's 1. That's 2. Then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to put 2 more double crochets. 1, 2. Alright. And then for row 27, we're supposed to have 55 double crochets and 54 chains. I'm going to do a quick count, make sure that we're there, and then we'll continue with the other side. So now that we're on the other side of our chain 2 middle space, we chain 1, skip a stitch, and then just like before, our repeat begins with a double crochet, chain 1, and skip a stitch. And we are going to do that all the way down, and then it says until the second to last stitch, which is right here. I will meet you there. Alright, So even though it doesn't look like we are in the second to the last stitch, we are, because if you remember, the repeat ends with a chain 1, skip that stitch. So into the last stitch, I want to make sure I'm looking at the right thing. All right. Okay, 27 is same as row 7. Into the last stitch, we're doing a double crochet. Come on. Chain 1 and a triple crochet. And that is the end of row 27. And just as a reminder, you need 55 double crochets and 54 chains for this side. Okay, my Merry Makers, that is it for this week. Thank you again for your patience in the uploading of this video. I hope that I was clear in my instructions. Please continue to follow along. We're about to hit a very interesting section, and I'll explain that when we come to that for next time. In the meantime, please join me for what you're working on Wednesday. Help this channel out by subscribing, liking, and commenting, sharing with your friends, and make what makes you merry. Ciao.